All right, welcome to Introduction to Astrological Theory 302. Lecture Notes Beyond the Ephemeris New Lenses for an Ancient Art. Professor Piscean here. Today we shall leave the realm of empirical defense and venture once more into the theoretical. We shall, to put it bluntly, attempt some creative cosmology. The common critique leveled against modern astrology is that it has become a passive recipient of tradition, merely reinterpreting the same symbols in a psychological language. I propose to you today that this need not be the case, that the symbolic language of the cosmos is not a closed book, but a living grammar to which new sentences, new concepts can be added. I wish to introduce three speculative constructs for your consideration: the chronozodiac, the karmic nodal axes, and the idea of meta aspects. First, the chronozodiac. Hopefully you are all familiar with the tropical and sidereal zodiacs. One is a map of seasonal space, the other of stellar space. But what of temporal space? Consider this: the precession of the equinoxes does not only move us backwards through the constellations, it moves us forwards through a great year of approximately 26,000 years. What if this precessional cycle itself constitutes a third zodiac? In this chronozodiac, we are not defined by the sign the sun occupied at our birth, but by the precessional era into which we are born. We are currently moving out of the age of Pisces, an age of diffuse faith, martyrdom, and transcendent deities, and into the age of Aquarius, which promises, for good or ill, a focus on the collective, on information, and on radical intellectual and social constructs. An individual born in the cusp between these ages, as all of you were, wink wink, no you weren't, carries a profound inner tension. You are in your very bones a transitional being. Your chronos sign is not a single point, but a vector. Your spiritual task is not merely to express a solar identity, but to navigate the shift from a Piscean worldview to an Aquarian one. This explains the collective schizophrenia of our time, the yearning for mystical unity, Pisces, clashing with the drive for digital individuation, Aquarius. When interpreting a chart, I now ask not only what is their sun sign, but how is their sun sign navigating this great precessional shift. Secondly, a refinement of an old concept, the karmic nodal axes. We have long spoken of the moon's nodes Rahu and Ketu as indicators of karmic direction, the south node Ketu representing past lives and ingrained habits, the north node Rahu representing the soul's future trajectory. I propose we take this a step further and consider the house position of the planetary ruler of each node as the mechanism for this karmic unfoldment. For example, a person with her south node in Taurus ruled by Venus, the comfort zone is in Taurasian matters, security, materiality, sensuality. If their Venus is in, say, the fourth house, the karmic habituation is deeply tied to the family, the homeland, the root of their security. Now their north node is in Scorpio, ruled by Pluto. The soul's destiny is towards scorpionic transformation, psychological depth, shared resources. If their Pluto is in the 10th house, the mechanism for achieving this destiny is through their public life, their career, their standing in the world. They must, in effect, transmute the private inherited security of the fourth house Venus, south node ruler, into a public transformative power in the 10th house, north node's ruler's domain. This creates a dynamic, actionable karmic map, far beyond a simple nodal axis interpretation. And finally, and most speculatively, the concept of meta aspects. We are accustomed to analyzing aspects between planets, the conjunctions, squares, trines that create the dynamics of a chart. But what of the aspects between the aspects themselves? What is the relationship between the geometry of an individual's inner world and the geometry of the transiting outer world? A meta aspect is formed when a transiting planet makes a significant aspect not to a natal planet, but to the midpoint or axis of a natal aspect. For instance, if an individual has a natal square between Mars and Saturn, a classic dynamic of frustrated ambition and disciplined effort, this creates a potent aspectual field. When transiting Jupiter, say, forms a trine to the exact midpoint of that Mars-Saturn square, it does not simply energize Mars or Saturn alone, it illuminates the very relationship between them. It offers an opportunity to resolve the tension, to find a philosophical Jupiter key to unlock the dynamic of frustration. The transit doesn't act on a planet, but on the pattern between planets. Think of it as the difference between shining a spotlight on a single actor on a stage versus illuminating the entire set, revealing how the props and scenery define the actors' relationships. Meta aspects analyze the set design of the psyche and how the transiting lights reveal its hidden contours. These are, I grant you, theoretical constructs. They are not to be found in Ptolemy or William Lilly. You will not find them in the Sunday Mirror. They are attempts to push our symbolic language to meet the complexities of the modern, post-Freudian, post-Einsteinian soul. The chronozodiac addresses our collective historical moment, the karmic nodal axis provides a more sophisticated tool for the therapeutic encounter. The meta aspects offer a higher dimensional calculus for prediction and personal growth.